What's going on there, my second grade all-stars? Welcome back to another marvelous Monday. And as always, super proud of you boys and girls. Way to keep getting after it. Way to show up here. Way to grow your brains. Way to show grit and work hard. All right, showing grit, working hard, making mistakes. That's how we grow. That's how we become successful. That's how you're going to show up in third grade. And those third grade teachers are going to be loving you because you work so hard. So way to show up here. Now, in math today, guys, super cool unit that we're going to be starting. We're going to be working with measuring. Now, there's two forms of measuring. We have the standard measurement system and the metric measurement system, okay? And one you use inches and feet. That's the standard. That's what we use commonly in this country. The rest of the world, most of the rest of the world, they use a metric system. And they talk about centimeters and meters and kilometers, all right? So what we're going to be talking about this week is centimeters and meters. And it's very important that we know how to use both systems. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, I'm going to share with you my screen. And we're going to switch on over to a little PowerPoint here. Now, centimeters and meters, boys and girls. A centimeter is when I want to think about how big is a centimeter. Think about the tip of an eraser on your pencil. That's about the size of a centimeter. Or your fingernail. If you hold up your finger and look at your fingernail, that's about the size of a centimeter. A meter, boys and girls, is 100 centimeters. Now, the abbreviation for meter is M. The abbreviation for centimeter is cm. So 1 meter is 100 centimeters. If I want to think about how big a meter is, hold out your arms. This is your wingspan. From the tip of one finger all the way to the other arm, the tip of the other finger. Your wingspan is about 1 meter long. Another meter is, look at a door in your house. From the floor to the doorknob is about 1 meter long, boys and girls. Now, a meter, 100 centimeters, would be about the size of 3 rulers. All right, a little more than 3 rulers would make up a meter stick. Now, let's take a look at the ruler. It's very important. You want to pay close attention, guys, because I see people making mistakes all the time. One of the big reasons why they make a mistake is because they're not paying attention to which form is being used. Because on most rulers, you're going to have centimeters and inches. So I have to make sure that I'm paying attention to what side of the ruler I'm using. Now, a couple easy ways to tell. Centimeter. Number one is going to label. So right here, centimeters. If I look down here on this ruler, it tells me that this side of the ruler is centimeters. Also, boys and girls, a centimeter is a lot smaller than an inch, okay? There's about 2.6 centimeters in an inch. So if I look right here, all of the smaller ones are going to be the centimeters, where the bigger distance is going to be your inches. Also, I want to pay attention to, boys and girls, when you're using rulers. So you know, you identify what side you're using, the centimeter side this week. We're using the centimeter side. I have to know where my ruler starts because each ruler could be a little bit different. Some rulers, like the ruler on the bottom, okay, we're going to start right at the edge. And we're going to so we start measuring everything right at the edge. Up here, boys and girls, on the top ruler, if you look, they have a line and they labeled that line 0. That tells me this is my starting point because there's a line and it says 0. So this is my starting point. If I measured it starting at the edge, let me say it one more time, starting at the edge, I'm going to measure wrong. I'm going to be inaccurate with my measurement. You have to pay attention. Does it start here or do they start right at the edge? And the second thing, want to make sure we're using the correct side. If I want to measure in centimeters, I'm making sure that I'm measuring on the centimeter side. If I want to measure with inches, I'm measuring with the inches one. And the easy way to tell, centimeters are a lot smaller. Now, when we're talking boys and girls, we want to measure, we want to look at the endpoints. Now, the endpoints is from one end of the object to the other end. So I want to make sure that I'm measuring that object right at one endpoint all the way to the other endpoint. So I line up my ruler. And this ruler, we saw the starting point was right here. So we line it up right at the 0. And we come down all the way down, and it is almost 7 centimeters. Line up your endpoints, come down, make sure you're using the correct side. We start at the 0, 7 centimeters. Now, boys and girls, we have this pencil. We want to measure this pencil. So I'm going to move it, and I want to make sure I line up the 0. So check this out, boys and girls. This is a mistake. I'm going to answer this problem wrong. Why? See if you can figure out why. Look at the ruler carefully. What did Mr. Martin do when he went to measure this pencil? Because I did something wrong. And I see this mistake all the time. What am I doing wrong? Because I'd answer this, and I'd say, hey, this pencil's 13 centimeters long. But it's not. All right? If you said, hey, Mr. Martin, look where you started at. You started at 1 centimeter. We have to start at 0 centimeters. You have to move your ruler, Mr. Martin. So I would readjust and watch what happens. Now I move it to 0. It's not 13 centimeters. Boys and girls, look at this. This pencil, endpoint to endpoint, is 12 centimeters long. Make sure that you don't start at the 1. We always want to start at the 0. Good work if you caught that, guys. Give me a fist bump. Let's go. 12 centimeters long. And that's cm. When you measure something, boys and girls, you have to put the measurement down. Listen, my friends. When you're measuring, you have to let me know. You have to write it down on the paper. Are you doing centimeters? Because if you just wrote down 12, I might say, is it 12 inches, 12 feet, 12 meters, 12 centimeters, 12 millimeters? I don't know what. So super important, boys and girls, when you are measuring, that we put down the unit that we're measuring by. All right, challenge. We're going to do a couple problems here. Let's see what you boys and girls got. All right, we're going to measure this toy car first. How long is this toy car? What's the measurement in centimeters of this toy car? If you said, my friends, oh, excuse me, let me move back here. If you said 12 centimeters long, you are correct. Let's measure this little insect here. 5 seconds. And if you said from endpoint to endpoint is 8 centimeters long, you are correct, boys and girls. Excellent job. Make sure you put the cm after that 8 centimeters long. Beautiful work, my friends. So just a couple things. When you're measuring, okay? When you're measuring, you want to make sure you're using the correct side. Are you using the centimeters or are you using the inches? We know centimeters are smaller. Also, I want to make sure that I start at the 0 or the edge of the ruler. You have to pay close attention to that, boys and girls. When you label how big something is, all right, if we said that toy car was 8 centimeters long, we need to make sure that we put the cm. All right, we need to put our unit, whether we're measuring centimeters, inches, meters, feet. So a couple little things that you always want to pay attention to, my friends. Now, show me real quick. Point on your body. How big is a centimeter? You said fingernail. You're correct. Show me a meter. Wingspan, right? What in your house is 1 meter long? If you said from the floor to the doorknob, boom, let's go. Let's see. In the classroom, we use something that's about 1 centimeter long. What is that? If you said eraser on a pencil tip? Correct. What's the abbreviation for centimeter? cm, right? What's the abbreviation for a meter? M. Awesome job, guys. Listen, boys and girls, you guys are rock stars. So proud of you. So proud of you. Okay? So keep smiling, keep shining, keep being your amazing self, and then enjoy this unit on measurement. It's pretty awesome, guys. So have a great day.